Live. Hi, and welcome. Hi, welcome, West Cable and Tiger Stripes. Welcome.
Hey,
Hey,
lovely to
what's
be
up?
here.
All right. So this is Thursday night, and Thursday night travel talk with Spidey, and I always try and have interesting co-hosts, and you two, as the chat knows, are two of the most interesting people that the chat is friends with. So what's your interest with Italy, and what do you know about Venice, and where do you think it is in Italy, West Cable?
Well, it
Map.
it's um it's in the northern section, obviously, and it's on the if you it's on the Adriatic coast side of the northern
Yes,
part of Italy. Yeah,
damn straight.
but
Yes,
yeah. So
and
that's I
and
mean I know the location, I know geography, so
okay, and have you an interest in Italy at all? Do you
well,
parlo Italiano?
no, no, and I should. My grandmother is full blooded Italian on my father's side, and I should have. They wanted me to learn Italian from her, and I'm like, as a kid, I was never interested in learning anything. I just wanted to play.
It's a beautiful language. I did study it in university because I was crazy. I took Spanish and Italian one year after another, and it was horribly mixed up in my head. And if you come into one class speaking the other language, the professors get really upset. And Tiger Stripes, I asked the same question to you, please, and welcome.
Well, hi. Yeah, no, I love the idea of Venice, and I'm looking at it on Wikipedia, and it's completely overwhelming. God, there's so much history. And I'm not even sure if it's part of Italy now. I mean, of course it's in Italy, but I think it's a republic.
Is it really? Wow,
That's
that
what
is
it says
news.
here. I mean, Republic of Venice.
That is
That's
fantastic. Yeah,
so it's kind of blowing my mind.
that is incredible. Well, they had. I'll tell you, when I was there, they had the same currency as the rest of Italy, and the only place in Italy that I was made aware of that was a different country with a different currency and so forth was Vatican City, and we're going to do that in
Yeah.
the next coming weeks or months. But
Well,
Vatican City.
does San Marino use the same currency then as it?
Uh,
I'm not sure.
Vatican City
Hmm.
also uses the same currency, so maybe Venice. That's very interesting. Maybe you know what? If I bet you if someone like William Shakespeare was in the chat, he'd know. And speaking of which, I don't want to be rude to the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. The both
Yeah,
of you
Carla's here.
were some of the very first people here, and I want to welcome you both. And let's welcome Carla Burton. Hi, Carla. Hi. And I'd also like to welcome our friend Molecular Arts all the way down in Tassie. Hi. Hi, Molecular Arts.
Down in
Good
Tasmania?
down in Tasmania,
Wow,
yes.
like the cartoon.
Yeah, literally like the cartoon. Yeah, I've got a map
Tasmania.
of Tassie here somewhere. Molecular Arts, you saw my map of Tassie, didn't you? I think you did because we did a stream on it not too long ago. There you go. And yeah, okay. Well, thanks for being here. So I've got it. Why don't I pull now that you mention it? I've got a map, and while I'm pulling up the map of Italy for the chat to see exactly where we're talking about, um, um, Tiger Stripes, what have you been interested in Italy for long or at all? And what's fascinating about it, if anything?
Oh, and just sort of everything. I would really love to go someday. I don't know if that day will ever come. It's just it just sounds beautiful, and there's a lot of Shakespeare plays take place in Italy. A lot of literature
Oh
takes
yeah,
place in Italy. One of my very favorite books, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. There's a whole segment, like the third
not
part
familiar
of the
with that.
book takes place in Venice. So,
Ooh,
but even before then, even before that book, which I guess came out about 20 years ago, I've always had a bit of a fascination with Italy, and particularly Venice because of the
why is no? Why is
canals
that?
and that it's a sunken city that
Okay,
somehow they're managing to keep afloat.
they
All of
really
the
are.
reasons that you want to go to Europe, and the
Yep.
people sound kind of wonderful. And my personal small experience, just doing eBay with people
It,
from Italy and that
yes.
kind of thing, where I use translators and I talk to them in translated Italian, which apparently is really good Italian. Those computer translators are amazing, and people are just really warm and friendly.
Isn't
It's
it amazing? Well, when I finish, yes, I think you're right, and it is a friendly language, and it's not guttural like some languages, so it might not be as harsh as. When I finish showing the map, and when we get back on screen, I'll show you. I have back in the 80s and 90s. If you were a backpacker without the internet, of course, have you ever seen one of those handy phrase books that's like 20 pages and it stuffs in your pocket and it's a little and it's got the little tabbed one for food and one for hotels and it's a speedy quick index reference.
of
So I've got
course.
the speedy Italian and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And
Oh,
it
that's
was so
wonderful.
helpful. I was 26 when I went through here, so yeah, I wasn't. And Spanish does help you if you know French and if you know Spanish. Reading and speaking a little bit, just because of the familiar and English, of course, it does help with Italian. It really does. Now, I cannot. I took it for an entire year. I cannot remember a single thing in Italian except for prego and West Kegel. What do you think prego means? If you don't know,
I don't know. That's the sauce I usually use right out the jar. So I'm not a very good Italian.
A prego means
Pray.
what
thank
does
you,
it
doesn't
mean?
it?
Yeah.
It means thank you.
It means you're welcome,
Oh, you're welcome,
or
not thank
does
Yeah.
you, but you're
it mean
welcome.
you're thank you?
Grazie. Grazie is
Grazie,
Thank you.
prego.
grazie is thank you.
Right.
And
It's either thank you or you're
prego is
welcome.
Yeah. Mille
I think it means you're
grazie,
welcome.
which is what I say to my eBay people,
Grazie is
which
thank
is
you,
a
and prego is
thousand,
yeah.
you're welcome.
a
If I were to
thousand
say
So,
thanks.
grazie and you say prego, you're
Yes.
it's, so for people watching at home here, here's Venice in the northwest of Italy, and here's Pisa down there, and Florence, Firenze, which we're going to do in a couple of weeks actually, and
very
down
cool.
here in the middle is Rome, and I have the book, and someday I want to go to Sicily and Sardinia, right here at the bit, because Italy has a €1 house program going on for the last 4 years. Do Tiger Stripes? Do you know what the €1 house program is in
I
Italy?
believe you can buy a house for €1 in these small abandoned towns that they're trying to
Bingo.
repopulate, because I believe the
And
population of Italy is upside down. They're losing more people than are being born.
correct.
Mhm.
And
That's
yeah, that would
correct.
be
And I happen to
fantastic
have
to buy a house
experience
for
in
€1.
renovations. Not that I'm an
But
expert.
oh God, what was the I'm trying Tuscan.
So
I'll have
yeah,
to look
now
it up.
you
There's a
have to pay
Diane Lane movie
the
about
cost of the
renovating an
renovations
old villa in
yourself.
Italy.
But
Also, the houses cost only €1, but they're
what
in
was that
bad
movie
shape.
with
Under the Tuscan Sun is the Diane Lane
well,
That's it.
film,
I
Yeah.
Can
which
Build
is
Man,
really
and
a lovely film. It's so
I
funny
remember
and,
that
and
movie.
wonderful.
Tom Hanks and the lady from Cheers, Diane from Cheers. Tom Hanks.
Hmm.
What was it? That movie was House.
Shelley Long was
Money Pit. Thank you.
cheers.
Yeah, the
Thank you,
Money
Money
Pit.
Pit.
Cassius.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Money
Under the
Pit.
Tuscan
Yeah.
Sun is about. This Diane Lane's character
Okay.
is divorced, and she decides to move to Italy, and she buys an old villa, and then she has to renovate it, and it's just about her getting used to the people there, and the people there getting used to her, and slowly these renovations happening, and it's very funny.
So that yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. So I don't know. I'm fairly handy. Not that I'm great, but I would like to give my hand at it. And living in Italy, I mean, we've only got one life, and I've already lived this much time as a Canadian, and some as a Japanese, and some as Australian. I want to live as an Italian. I want to go over and do a few years. I just have to convince my housemate because he's going to fund it.
Well, I'll float you the euro. That's $1. I'll give you $1 to buy a
Oh
house.
my! Thank you. That's awesome. So can you see what I'm? Hopefully, everyone can see Venice, the island, and we're looking at the mainland to the
Wow.
island. it's a boat ride, and I've got a picture of the boat. It's at night, unfortunately, but I do have a picture of the boat, and it's not that long to get across. And can you see very well all the canals on Venice? So we're going to be looking at San Marco, and there's a plaza right there. San Marco and the Basilica of St. Mark's Square and Torre del Orologno. So that's a tower named after that guy. And the Doge's Palace. And the cover photo for the stream is the Doge's Palace. And here it is right here. And here's the Bridge of Sighs. So we're going to look at the Bridge of Sighs. And it's not, I first thought it was the sigh that you cut hay with, but that's not the spelling, is it, West?
No, I guess it's Sigh. Yeah.
Hi.
No, yeah, it's like the expression, a sigh. Yes, because you're going to prison.
Do you know why? Thank you, Tiger Stripes.
There you go.
Well, yeah, mostly, yes. You're crossing that bridge, and you're going from the prison, and you're going to the Doge's. Here's the Doge's Palace. So you're crossing the Bridge of Sighs, and you're going to the Doge's Palace because you're going to go in front of the Doge, who's elected, whom I didn't learn that until you were the person that told me that, for life, I guess. And you're going to be judged in front of the Doge, and that's why you're signed, which often always led to prison and or other bad things.
I'm not sure about Italy, but I think it's very common in Europe. Here in America, you are assumed innocent until you're found guilty, but I have heard that in Europe, it's the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
You are assumed guilty until you prove yourself innocent.
Yep.
So to be accused of something and put in jail in Italy is pretty serious.
Yeah.
Bingo.
And that's English. That's English law. That's the basis of English law as well.
And while I find the pictures, do you mind reading this, Tiger Stripes?
Sure. Molecular Art says Venice is built on lots of petrified logs. That's interesting, if true.
Huh. That's very well could be. Interesting. Yeah, and thanks for being here, by the way, Molecular Arts. It's good to have you all the way from Tasmania. That is a long way. You must be tired. Have a seat. Enjoy the show. All right. And I would like also to say, Carla Burton says, I have reposted this stream on X. Thank you so much, Carla Burton.
Carla.
And I'm learning, you need to get, I forget what it's called, but you need to get a URL sort of thing and then put it in to do podcasts. And I'm soon going to be downloading these streams to podcasts so people can have them there. So that's kind of fun. And Russ, do you mind reading this from Molecular Arts, our friend, please?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Molecular Art says Spanish, French, Italian, all descended from Latin.
Bingo. That is, correct. And so if you are familiar with one or two, and having born in New Brunswick, the only bilingual province in Canada, I had to learn French for 8 or 9 years. Not that I resisted it the whole way, stupidly. And I did study Spanish and in school, and Italian a little bit. Sadly, the Spanish and Italian wasn't until after I'd been to Italy. This is 98. So I was, at the time, only spoke French and English. But it did help. Molecular Art says Northeast CSM. Oh, shit, did I say Northwest? I did, too. What did I put in the stream title? Sometimes
well, if we're
I get
gonna,
East.
Oh shit! I'll pull a oh shit and say no. Republic of Venice turns out to be historical. Venice is currently part of Italy. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Molecular Arts specifies. Do you mind reading this, Tiger Stripes?
Molecular Art says technically not petrified, but they drove logs into the substrate to build on. That's sure. Like many a house. Next to a river, where you build your house on upright logs that you drive into the dirt to hold it up, so you've got space in between for when the water rises.
Yeah, of course, right. No, and I checked on YouTube, and yeah, we're coming through good. So that's everyone can hear us there. So no, and look who's here. I want to say hello to Mike, the Comic Relief Crusader. Hello, buddy. And you reposted it. Hey, thanks for that. And also, you rock, DJ Play Nice. Good to have you here. Thanks for being here, everyone. So yeah, this is the Doge's Palace, and that was all tile, if you can imagine. Tile was used a lot in the outsides of buildings in Spain, and anywhere near salt water and the Adriatic. I guess it makes sense, eh?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I have a question for you. Or either of you. I don't know if you know. Do you guys know when this palace was constructed? I'm just curious.
I should probably know that. No, I do not. So this is St. Mark's Square, and where the Doge's Palace is located, there on the right hand side, you can see it, and then St. Mark's Bell Tower is there, and I did cut off the part with the bell, but that is a bell tower, I assure you.
Now, the
And-
Doge's Palace was originally built in 810
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah.
and
I was-
rebuilt in 1340.
The reason I was asking was because
Right.
the first Doge was like around the year 700. I mean, that's how far back the office is. So I was just wondering if it was built for him or built after that post was established. That's what I was curious about.
Now, was it rebuilt because of fire, Tiger Stripes?
I have not gotten that far yet.
I have a feeling it
In
was rebuilt by.
1483, a violent fire broke out. Good for you.
There you go.
I-
There you go.
See, that's
Good
my
for you. Good
we have a
call.
tw- we
It's all
have-
coming back to you. You must have
from
learned this while you were there.
1998. I guess I haven't smoked that much weed and drank that much.
Yeah.
haven't
And there was
been
even a
way
second
back.
fire in 1547. So there you go.
Well,
Wow.
see, but if you're talking about a European city, if you just have to mention fire, and you're probably right.
Yeah.
It's at some point.
Fire or plague.
Do you know what-
They had many plagues in Venice, and it just
Yeah.
really did in their population. They had 3 or 4 plagues.
Oh wow.
The first 2 were Black Death, and the third one was the Great Plague or something like that.
So,
Yeah.
this is St. Mark's Square, and it does have St. Mark's Bell Tower right there, which I've managed to cut the bell off, like I said. Now, this is a famous cathedral. Do either of you know what the cathedral in Venice is called in St. Mark's Square?
It's St. Mark's Cathedral, isn't it?
No, if memory. Now, this is going back 1998, and I swear to God, I haven't looked this up. And so we are going
Well,
back.
wait. Let me.
27 years.
I'm going to guess, and I think I'm probably wrong.
I
Il
remember what it
Duomo?
is. Did you say El Duomo?
Yes.
Ooh, that is Florence, and we're going to talk about
I
that.
thought it was Florence.
We're
Okay.
going to talk about that next week or next week's. And there's a replica of the statue of David outside there. No, this is, if memory serves, in Venice, it is St. Peter's Basilica. Does that ring a bell?
I don't. Yeah,
I'm sure.
I thought that was. I thought that was in Vatican City. I'm pretty sure that was in Vatican City. I'm looking up the
Wow.
cathedral in Venice, and it says St. Mark's Basilica.
Does it? Okay. St. Peter's
Yeah,
is
Saint
in,
Mark is the patron saint of
okay.
Venice. I
So St.
believe.
Peter's is in the Vatican then. Oh, because I've been looking at photos of those tonight too, so it probably got mixed up in my head. Okay, so it is St. Mark's. Thank you very much, West Cable. But it is, but Basilica is part of the name.
Yes, it is.
Partial credit. All right, I got called on live TV. There's Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne.
Hey, Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne. Good to see you. Yes, and excellent to see you. And Molecular Arch says the Dodge had a funny hat. Is that? I don't know if that's verified. Oh, it is St. Mark's Basilica. Okay, good. I'll follow you at the door and out of the mean streets of YouTube. The Comic Relief Crusader, says DJ Planets. Excellent. Good to have you here. Did I see the mouths of the lion? The post boxes were complaints or denunciations were anonymously collected. If that is in Geneva, then yes. If you're talking Geneva, Switzerland, then yes. Otherwise, no. Then I don't know what that was. There might be more than one. Molecular Arts is a very interesting fellow. Okay, so here's St. Mark's Basilica. It is not St. Peter's. St. Mark's. And the ornate. I mean, America has some
Beautiful.
ornate churches, but do you have anything like that?
No, Europe, you can't touch Europe for the beauty of their cathedrals and their
True
basilicas.
Gothic architecture.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
yeah, it's nothing. I mean, it's the real thing.
I mean, it's funny because, I mean, America outdoes the world in almost everything else, but when it comes to churches, you really can't compete with Europe, even though Central America gives it a good run for its money.
Hi, Suzanne.
Suzanne's awesome. Suzanne's another person that is really super supportive.
So
And-
here's a picture of the Doge and his
she's
hat,
a great
Spidey.
keyboard, but listen.
So I guess he does have a funny hat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Doge hat.
That's
Yeah.
it. That is exactly it.
Doge hat.
Yeah.
Okay, so he looked it up, didn't he? He
And
did.
I
Yeah.
like the little bonnet underneath it, the little medieval cap
Yep.
underneath the Doge
That's
hat
right.
that ties
That's
under the
right.
chin. That's nice. That's a little finesse.
And Tiger Stripes, do you mind reading this, please?
Sure. Carla Burton says French, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, and Romanian are all Romance languages. If you learn Latin, you can learn any of those languages way easier. Named from Rome, where they originated. Ooh, I wish I'd taken Latin in high school.
Yeah.
Really do.
My father took it for law school, oddly enough. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you've got to have Latin for law and to be a doctor. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't think I had the confidence to take Latin, but I really wish I had.
Mm-hmm.
And most people shied away from Latin, it being a dead language and all. People feel like, what am I going to use that for?
It's got
So-
deep roots, just like
Yes, it
Carla
does.
says.
And can you see now that's not a great picture, and I apologize for that, but you can see the streets are fairly narrow.
Yeah.
But that's you in the picture, right?
No, it's not.
No?
No, I'm
Okay.
taking the photo. No, I've never had a beard. I've never had a beard.
No, the guy on the left in the washed out jeans,
Oh
the
wow!
black belt. That's not you?
Holy crap! I had someone take that photo. That is me.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
think that's
Well
you, man.
done.
Good eye. Good eye.
Well
done.
spotted.
But the
So you're not responsible for this photo.
I'm not. You're right. That's what your point was. Yes, thank you. Now you can see the stones on the buildings. Some of them are new and some of them are very old. So it's a nice mix. And same with the cobblestones. Now these cobblestones are pretty new. You can see they're flat. But some of the cobblestones are really textured and really old, especially near the square.
I love how high and narrow the
Yeah.
street and the buildings are.
Mm.
And it's mostly pedestrian traffic, not.
Oh no, you
That's
could never get
ridiculous,
anything
yeah.
down there
No,
other than a
no,
motorcycle,
no.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there. Yeah. I mean, government cars, but they're allowed to do that. So this is inside the. This is inside the cathedral there, in the courtyard. Just massive buildings and massive pillars, and I don't know why the first floor has to be 30 feet high, but the first floor is
Columns.
30
That's the
feet on it,
Romans.
I guess.
The Roman influence, anyway.
Qui amete
Amate.
infantis.
What's happening, baby? Just
Uh,
guessing.
I think you might be right.
Amat, I thought was a variation of love. Amas, amat,
Oh,
amas, amat,
Yeah.
masimo, amat.
there you go. Oh, and here inside the basilica, they really went big with the paintings, and
Ooh.
sadly they can't have a lot of light on them because it'll deteriorate the artwork.
Mm.
And you're not allowed flash photography, of course. Now these days with digital cameras, it's probably
Mhm.
different. But it says Telly Savalas.
I got the love part right. Hooray.
You did. You were the closest. I think. But yeah, and I don't blame them for not wanting flash photography.
No, you gotta keep these things.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
precious.
Now, when in the Vatican, I later will see the Vatican in coming weeks, and you could not take flash photography of the Sistine Chapel. That was a no-no.
Mm.
But same with this in the Basilica, St. Mark's Basilica, and just gorgeous. Of course, the heavenly motif.
Wow. Do you know the artist?
I do not. No, I absolutely do not. And molecular arts in the chat says
It's
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
natural
fighting
red
angels,
pigments.
I think.
You're right, molecular arts. A lot of natural red pigments are bleached by light. In fact, the caves, the Aboriginal paintings in around Uluru in Australia, the first colors to disappear in the caves are the red pigments because they're bleached by light. And scuba diving, the first color to disappear as you go deeper in the water is red. Ooh, there you go. Cut. How do you pronounce this?
I would have to guess.
Cochineal?
Cochineal?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Just a guess.
Yeah, could be. All right. So and here's outside of the basilica, and you can see it's still sort of built like like a fortress. Like that's a formidable wall.
Oh, completely formidable.
You know. I mean, those are people down there. I don't know if you can see the size of the people, but that is one hell of a big arch. If that arch was in Canada, it would be the biggest arch in Canada. Yeah, just really okay. And there's the top of Saint Mark's Basilica, and not very pigeon friendly. Yeah, definitely not pigeon friendly. And there you go. And it had an interesting mix of wood, albeit very expensive looking wood, but wood, which I haven't seen a lot of in Catholic cathedrals or basilicas or churches anywhere in the world. So,
Oh, Notre Dame was wood.
yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, on the outside, though, I don't remember any on the outside, but maybe there was. But yeah, here we go. Now, this would now, of course, I'm not talking about the scaffolding. I mean, there is scaffolding in the picture because they're always renovating and cleaning it, restoring it. But much of it was intricate wood and plated with gold. And I guess you did get that in Paris as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I noticed at the top there they've got the part of the Venetian flag, the logo on the Venetian flag there at the very peak there, in that little triangle at the top.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What's the winged animal?
It's
Is
a
it a
lion. It's a
lion?
winged
It is a
lion. Yeah,
lion. Right.
it's on the flag of the of Venice.
There you go. And Wes Cable, do you mind reading what you wrote, please?
It says the mosaics adorning the ceiling of St. Mark's Basilica in Venice, which represent 8 centuries of artistic styles, were created by various artists. Then the next one, I can't pronounce their names, but it says including those from the Byzantine. I've copied this from what I found, including those from the Byzantine tradition and later Renaissance artists like Paolo of Veronese. I can't pronounce these people's names, but these are the guys that painted
Tintoretto,
it.
Titian.
Yes.
I was going to guess Titian.
There you
There's
go.
the angels wrestling on that ceiling. That would have
Oh,
been
yeah.
my guess.
Those are some of the artists. You had asked, so I decided I would look it up.
Thank you.
See.
And everything does sound smarter in Latin.
It
does.
Yeah, it sure does. That's right. And yeah, just an impressive square. It's one of Europe's. It's one of Europe's most historical squares for certain. A lot of history took place right in this right there. And
And I like the white stonework. It always stands out when it's white like that.
And here's the answer right here. Tiger Stripes, would you mind?
Molecular Arts says the winged lion was chosen due to its connotations of St. Mark. Ooh.
Ah,
Hmm.
okay, here you go. Yeah. And again,
Lemon pie is here.
I want to say
Lemon
hello
pie.
and welcome, Lemon Pie. Good to see you. And yeah, he says the same thing. You've been to Venice as well, Lemon Pie.
Well, you need to be here talking about it,
I
Lemon.
was gonna say, Lemon Pie. Do you want to come on up? Uh, if you want to come on up, just say the word. I'll send you the link. Yeah. And again, you can see the construction on the wood is covering the part of the building on the left because everything is always under renovation and so they cover it up so it's not an eyesore. They don't use tarps, which is nice. And yeah, just I mean, it's hard to understand the scale of just how big the plaza is.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, how big is that plaza? That's pretty big.
I couldn't, I couldn't hit a golf ball to the end of it.
Wow. It is massive.
Yeah.
I love that picture. That's a great picture right there with all the arches across that entire
Thanks,
one.
man. I
Really
like
cool.
that too. To be completely transparent, I have been known to not be able to hit it past the women's tee from the men's tee. I owed a pint every time I did that, and I ended up owing 3 pints by the end of the 18 holes.
So you're a worm burner.
A what?
A worm burner when you hit it and it just runs right across the grass for about 20 yards.
Yeah. I need to start going Adam Sandler on it. Happy Gilmore style. So, do you know what's taking place here and why is this important to Venice?
It's glass. He's making glass. Venetian glass.
Thank you,
It's a big
Tiger
deal.
Stripes. I knew you would. I knew. Please, tell me.
Oh,
Tell us more.
that's all. I mean, there was somebody in your chat when we were talking about this once before who was much more educated on this than I am, and really knew their glass.
Yeah,
And
that is cool.
I guess this person might not be alive now. He might be. He'd be very old. But this was one of. Now, I was told at the time by the tour guide, this was one of 2 glass blowing factories that did things the traditional way, just like this, on this scale, that have been in constant operation. There's 2 in the world that were famous. This is one in Venice. I've been to the other one coincidentally, and I forget where it was. It might have been in Venezuela. Regardless, this is Venice. And do either one of you know what Venice is famous for as far as glass products are? There's something in particular made from glass that Venice is and it's a tourist thing. I think I bought one at the time. I should have found it. I have a picture of it somewhere. Do you know what?
I can't imagine. The only reason I even know that they do glass in Venice is from the game Genghis Khan, because that region produces glass in the game. That's the only. Can't even venture a guess.
Water pipe?
Well, if you were going to go to a masquerade, Tiger Stripes, and you had a mask made from glass in Venice, you were of the elite populace of Europe.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine a mask made of glass.
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly beautiful.
Oh no, this is the Venetian thing. They're famous for it.
Yeah. I've never seen one, and I'm kind of
You're
into
about
mask.
You're about to.
Oh, cool.
Molecular Art says, did Galileo use Venetian glass for his telescopes? You know, I that does ring a bell. I think you're right on that. But I was wrong about St. Peter's Basilica. So, and here he is with the tongs there. He's working it. And he had the traditional furnace that was, with the bellows and the whole thing. It was a great to watch him. We got to watch him for quite a while there.
Yeah.
And this is right in Venice, right in the canals there.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's amazing to watch anybody who's a master at their craft.
Hmm.
It's just awe inspiring.
Now we were just watching, and you can imagine how hot that was, and he's sweating there. Like now, the other shop, the other place I went to, and I can't remember where it was. The guy was wearing big leather apron to against burning, but this guy, as you can see, older guys tend to be a little more careless.
A little too casual. I can see that he's got
Yeah.
spots on his on the arm that's right, which would be his left arm, that could be scars.
You see that? Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
And yeah, you're working with that. You've been doing that your whole life. You're bound to have some scars.
Yeah. And no safety glasses, West Kegel.
Yeah, no, no. Well, the older hockey players didn't wear helmets.
Yeah. Tiger Stripes, do you mind reading this, please?
The internet tells me, Molecular Art says, this internet tells me Galileo's glass came from Murano, an island near Venice. Murano, an island near Venice. Ah, yeah, Murano glass is really famous.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
And I know that when it comes to lenses, you've got to grind them by hand. Particularly back then in his day, but I think even to this day, and it's just a lot of elbow grease, just infinite hours of elbow grease to get them right.
Absolutely, yeah. West Kegel, if you Google Venetian glass mask, would you mind sharing the images that come up?
Absolutely.
Because just to prove I'm not full of shit. But yeah, this was an incredible experience, and if you do go to Venice, I recommend go to the glassmaking. I hope this was 1998 Tiger Stripes. Do you think they're still doing it? Do you think it's still there, right in Venice?
Oh, Venetian glass is super famous
I hope so.
worldwide. People
I
still
hope so.
buy it.
There's the
It's
shop.
a very big deal.
There's everything he makes right there, and those are my
Wow.
classmates. I should have cropped that a little better. Sorry, folks. I could have zoomed in there. That's just a bad editing on my part, but yeah.
What was it? Summertime?
It was, yeah. It
I've
actually
noticed
was.
several of the women
It
in your
was summer.
photos wearing backless dresses.
It was supposed to be March break, but it got put off until August. Yeah, good eye, Tiger Stripes. And yes, I definitely. It was. See, I had a hard time paying attention to the Venetian glass. Molecular Art says, West Kegel, were you able to find something?
Yeah, I'm just because some of them aren't actually glass. There's a lot of Venetian masks that come up, and not all of them are glass. Some of them look like they're porcelain instead of glass. So I want to
Of
filter
course,
them
there
out.
was some of that. There was some of that too.
Yeah.
Galileo ground and polished the lenses to improve their performance. Yes, he did. He hand ground them himself. You're absolutely right. And I think it was Venetian glass. Yeah, so here's the shop here. And you can see they added color to the glass. The blues and the greens were especially, and reds up on the top shelf there. The reds were beautiful. Yeah, it was a gorgeous shop.
There you go. I got 3 pictures of examples here that look like they were the glass masks. So
I don't know if that's true, 11.5, but I'll take compliments where I can get them, buddy, at this age. Thank you,
yeah.
West
So
Kegel.
there's one
Thank you.
profile, because when you looked on it straight on, you couldn't almost tell it was a mask, but that happens to be one of the examples that they had given. This one as well. I'll zoom in a little bit closer.
Oh, wow, there you go. That's what we're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
Venetian glass masks. Yeah,
Sharing is
And,
caring. There we go.
And the third one there.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, a lot of them were just looked like they were porcelain, so I didn't want to mix those in with the glass ones.
Oh, wow. Do you mind reading this, West Kegel?
Sure. Molecular Arts says, on my last trip to Japan, I went to see the Hakone
Hakone.
Venetian Glass Museum.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Hakone is,
Wow.
if I'm not mistaken, it's near Mount Fuji, or in sight of. Of course, most of Japan in the mainland is.
Yeah.
There's some famous hot springs there. Thanks, West Cable. That's
Yeah.
gorgeous. That's
problem.
exactly what I was talking about. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Venetian glass masks.
Yes, these are obviously glass. Those three that I grabbed.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And let's put this back up. Okay. And see, I should have taken some video or something, but that's all right. Okay, so now here is arriving on the boat, on the ferry, and there's a frequent ferry over from the mainland. You park your vehicle or your tour bus or whatever it is, and it's quite easy to hop on the frequent ferries. And when you arrive, the first thing you see pulling into Mark Square is the Basilica and the Doge's Palace on the left.
There's no picture up, Spidey.
What?
There's no picture in the screen, unless this is me and I'm just not seeing it. I don't see a picture up. Are you sharing it?
That's better. Now it's
There
up.
you go. Yes.
Quatrefoil.
Oh, might have
Nice.
taken a minute.
Nice.
Might have taken a minute. And do you see those two pillars by the gondolas with, I think one is a winged lion, and
Yep.
the other one is a
lion
soldier.
again,
Those are famous. I don't know why they're famous, but those are famous pillars. They were a big deal. Lots of people were taking pictures by them. And the gondolas, of course. CSM, there were tons of pigeons when you visited. There sure were, Lemon Pie. You're darn right there were. Yep. But you know what? It did not smell. Venice did not have a smell.
That's funny
Yeah.
because people talk about it a lot, about it stinking.
Yeah.
And you were there in August, so
That's
interesting.
That's interesting, isn't it? Unless, I was 26. Maybe I was just oblivious. That is completely possible. I did have my head firmly inserted up my ass until the age of 35.
Aw.
Like
you know
most
what I'm
of
talking
us.
about, West. You know.
Yes. Pretty much like most of us.
So here's some water, some on the water, arriving into Venice. Now it's not a gondola. It's like a ferry, an open ferry though, a very open ferry. That's good for photos. There's the Doge's Palace from the water side, with all the gondolas. Hi, Carla Burton. Hello, once again. And yes, you can rent those. They come with a gondolier, and different from the Whistler gondolas, which I've also shown photos of. And they also pronounce, depending on who you ask, gondola. In Venice, it's gondola. In Whistler, it's gondola. That's the difference, I guess. Gondola. I arrived in Whistler calling them gondolas, tiger sharks, and everyone made fun of me. They're not gondolas in a ski resort. They're gondolas. Lemon Pie says, I don't recall it smelling either. Lemon Pie, do you want to come on?
It's good to know.
I'll give you a link. If you want to come on, let me know. Come on up and chat with us. We don't bite, well, except for West.
Yeah.
But that costs extra.
That's
You
right.
have to ask nice.
That's right. Ooh. So there's a big famous bridge, and I
Wow.
cannot recall what the name of the bridge is that covers this is the Grand Canal. If memory serves, you're looking at the Grand Canal. There's a giant bridge that crosses it.
Yeah, is that the one that has shops located inside
Correct.
it? Yeah.
Correct.
Ooh.
And this is taken from that bridge. I cannot recall the name of that bridge, but this is the Grand Canal, yeah. Yeah, and just beautiful. It was a beautiful day. It wasn't too hot. Now, Rome was hot, but on the water, on the Adriatic, it was beautiful. Just beautiful. And Tiger Stripes, do you mind reading this, please?
Sure. Molecular Art says Venice began as a refuge for people fleeing barbarian invasions after the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Fascinating.
And Wes Cagle, please.
Oh, I put it in there because I can't pronounce what the name of the bridge is. But I just looked it
Rialto,
up.
the Rialto Bridge.
The
I
Rialto
remember
Bridge,
now,
okay.
Rialto.
I was
That's
about
what
to
it
say Rialto because I had looked
Yeah.
it up.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Mm.
there you go. I bought something in the shops, but I don't know if I can show it, West, on YouTube's.
Is it naughty?
It's
You can't show what you bought. Okay.
well,
It's naughty? Is it a phallic symbol?
well, no, nothing like the hang on. I know I have a reputation, but no, it's not that. Now, and I want to be very clear, it's a replica. It is a replica. It's not the real
Boobs.
thing. When you think of Venice medieval weapons, what would it be, Tiger Stripes?
When I think of what?
Venetian medieval weapons. What do I have?
Oh,
A
Venetian
replica.
medieval weapons. I think of one of those big lances with the pointy
No.
thing on top that the
There's
guys
only
hold.
two I can think of: either a pike or a crossbow.
Yeah,
West
a
Cagle.
pike.
No, it's a crossbow.
Mm.
Oh, crossbow. You can't
But-
show a crossbow?
I don't know.
I don't know why not.
YouTube is really.
Yeah, you
Drag.
that's funny.
We have
Tony. Tony
we have a
got
mutual
taken
friend.
down, yeah.
who got done for a video game gun.
A light gun. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's a drag. I would
So-
love to see your crossbow.
Oh, well, actually, it's been on camera every stream I do. It's on the piano right behind me. You can see it right there. It's
Does
just
it have
really
a crank?
small. It's right. What did I do with it? Oh. Shit. No, it does not have a crank.
Hmm.
No, it does not have a crank. You know what? I'm not gonna show it.
Okay, no, it's
Just-
your call.
just-
in case.
just in case. But I will find a picture of it, and I'll put a picture up.
Hmm.
Ooh, West Cagle.
Yeah,
Sir.
that's when I looked up the bridge. That's what the picture that came with it. So
Now, why didn't I take a picture of the bridge, you might ask?
Oh,
Good
maybe
question.
you just didn't have a good angle.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, let's go with that then. Because I was 26 and didn't know what I was doing. There you go. And I want to say hello to Matt G. Hi. And Molecular Art says Baroque composer Vivaldi was from Venice. I did not know that. Interesting. I did know this, however. Tiger Stripes?
Molecular Art says Marco Polo was from Venice.
yeah.
Bingo. Yes, he was.
He brought back noodles from China.
And Rod Thunderheart says, love to join, but I'm beat. Understood, my friend.
Oh, Rod.
And oh yes, because he says I'm in Kindersley, Saskatchewan. Got to get up early. Hey, good to have you here, man. I'm glad you're in the chat. Molecular Art says the painter known as Titian was from Venice. Ah, I see.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
one of the guys that painted in the St. Mark's Basilica, right? That's I remember.
That's correct. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. And you know what I do have that I can show you while we're looking at the Grand Canal? I've got a photo shit. I've got a bill. What was the currency of Italy before they went on the euro?
The lira, yeah.
Yes.
Good one, Mark. Good one, Kegel.
And Tiger Stripes, you remember from last week. What is on the or maybe you just know from history what's on the lira bill? Do you remember?
Or someone's profile, probably.
There is.
Well, probably one of the Medici because
There's
of
a
the
building.
thing. Oh, it's
There's
a building. Ah,
Yeah. you know what it
Is
is,
it the
West?
Doge's Palace? We talked about this, right?
We did, and that is it. That's the
Oh, nice.
1,000 lira, and there is the Doge's Palace,
Mm-hmm.
and that is 1,000 lira.
And
And-
What is
what's
that
the
like-
value
what
of
is
1,000
What
lira?
is that, like 50 cents?
I was gonna ask because Wes Cagle is the co-producer of this show. I was gonna ask him to look it up.
Sure.
And your check is in the mail, my friend.
Can
now-
you even still get lira anymore? Probably not.
This I
Right.
got in on that trip. When you're looking at me, I had this in my pocket, and this is the real deal.
Is that Da
and
Vinci?
I was gonna ask you. Let's read it. It says Marco Polo.
Oh, Marco Polo. Marco Polo.
That is
Okay.
Marco Polo on the 1,000 lira bill, and this was basically their $1 bill. I'm going to say 1,000 lira was $1 American dollar
Well,
at the
Wow.
time.
it says. Oh,
At-
oh,
at
that's
the time.
funny. It's giving me the Turkish lira.
At the
Hang on, I
time.
got to do that again.
Well, if my memory is any good, this was worth an American dollar at the time in 1998.
I got to specify Italian
But
lira. So they gave
my
me the Turkish.
memory is old.
Um,
So here's what they use nowadays. Here's what Italy uses now, and that is the €5. And look what's on the back. Roman aqueducts is on the back of the €5 note,
cool.
or at least it was. This might be 10 years old. But there you go.
I should add here that Wikipedia says it's a myth that Marco Polo brought pasta back from China. They already had pasta.
I thought so. Wes, do you know?
Well, yeah. It
Lira.
says 1,000 Italian lira is equal to 55 cents US.
Now okay.
Wow.
At least I guess that's probably current. So,
So
although it says historical rate, so I guess that was the last time they used lira.
right. Okay. So it fluctuated. If I remember correctly, in 1998 it was about $1. But here, I mean, I was a kid. But I was 28 or 26. What the hell did I know? So yeah, let's moving on. So there's the Grand Canal, and there it is again. And there were motorboats, and isn't that one right there? Let's pull this up. Tiger Stripes. Isn't that James Bond's boat right there?
It looks like it could be. It's got a beautiful curve to it.
Isn't that amazing? Look
It's
at
a
that,
beaut.
folks. I'm going to try and make this picture bigger. That's a really good photo. Let's see. How can I do that? Does that make it bigger? I think it does.
It's definitely made it bigger.
Yeah, there you go.
it's a
We'll get back
beauty.
on the screen.
Is that a wooden top, wooden cabin?
Yes,
You know,
yes, it is.
not painted, but
That's right.
beautiful natural color.
Yeah,
Gorgeous.
that's it. Yep, that's it. Aren't the buildings on the Euro notes fictional? I don't believe so. I think the Reichstag is on one of them, isn't it? And it depends on what country you're in. Yeah. All right, says I have a meeting with a scientist in Germany to get ready for TTFN.
Ta-ta for now.
All right, well, great. Hey, good luck with the meeting. And if you need any recommendations or personal references, just let us know. We'll vouch for you. Yeah, good for you. Oh, yeah, that says they are fictional architectural designs that meant to represent different styles from European history. So the aqueducts that I was showing you on the Euro are representative aqueducts. Interesting.
Interesting, yeah. You know, there is one coin they used in Italy, the euro. Now, it's my favorite. I love this image. I don't know why they used this. Some stick figure guy holding a euro. This is legitimate. There's a channel called Cukester, and he did a video all about this coin.
That's because each of the euro coins will be look like with the gold and silver. they'll
Mhm.
be like that and the same size, but depending on the country you go to, the image engraved in the middle will be different. So there's the Italian one. Yeah, that's, and I do have some
Wow.
in the coin box there, but they don't. Every time I try and show coins on the camera, it doesn't do it very well. So this is much better. Thank you,
That's
West.
sort of
Bizarre. Yeah.
why.
I don't.
Why?
You have to watch it. Like I said, there's a YouTube channel called Cukester, and he did a whole video on this coin explaining where this came from. I don't even remember though. It's been so long. They don't. They only use it to 2009, as you can see on the bottom of the coin.
That's funny.
It's
That's
fun.
funny, West. Thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for that, my friend. Okay, so this is who knows what happened here? Anyone that is familiar with old film cameras, when you get them developed, sometimes with the old film, when you get, especially the 36, if you try and get the 36 exposure,
Oh, you didn't wind the thing all the way.
that sometimes you get a 37th exposure.
Oh, it's a split.
Yeah.
It's a split photo. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's photography. That's real life. That's what it was, folks. And when you got your pictures developed, sometimes you get a picture like this and a negative just like this.
Yeah.
So there's so on the left, that is of course the ferries going to and from one of those ferries I was on, that I was showing you photos from the water of the basilica. And there's the basilica. I think that is a basilica in the background, if I'm not mistaken. So it's very close. It's not a far distance. And here is and here the image on the right is one of the squares looking over, again with the basilica in the background.
So how was the food?
Oh, you know what? Funnily enough, for my taste at the time, it was really salty, but delicious. The pasta was delicious, and it was seafood influenced in Venice. A lot of seafood, and heavy on the salt.
Yeah.
There we go.
Interesting.
Yeah, there we go. I like the food a lot. Oh my goodness! Well, there we go. So right above Tiger Stripe's image is a 28-year-old myself.
It's baby Canadian Spider-Man. Look at you.
Yeah, and there's the Doge's Palace on the right with all the symmetrical columns, and the Basilica in the back there. And that is one of the most famous squares in all of Europe. And just amazing, yeah. And pigeons, yes. Lots and lots of pigeons. Yeah, there you go. And I want to say hello to Miskatonic Madman. Hi, good to see you.
Miskatonic Madman.
Yeah,
Hey.
thanks for being here. And we'll do that. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Ooh, I have my the Canadian bag that I got as a Boy Scout going to the 1987 Boy Scout Jamboree in Australia. That's where that red Canadian duffel bag comes. Normally, I don't carry my flag on my backpack. I'm not one of those guys. But that duffel bag happened to be pretty cool. So
Those great bags never die. They just go on and on and on.
That's exactly it. Yeah, that's it. There you go. So guess what this is?
It's a gondolier.
It sure is. It sure is.
Did he sing?
They all did. Yes, Tiger Stripes.
Incredible.
They all did.
I thought I was joking. That's fabulous.
No, they did, but not to overpower, not so loud as to overpower each other.
Wow.
There was no dueling or anything like that. It was very, I don't want to say orchestrated, but do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was very well, it was very well done. Yeah, so there you go. And excuse the shitty flash photography of the 1998 era. Oh, what happened to... All right, we have a daytime photo got thrown in there. But yeah, again, on the water, looking at Venice. And just a random... That's another bell tower, another bridge, just nondescript bridges and canals and nondescript bell towers. And I want to say hello to Radioactive.
No.
And Radioactive, I've sent you an email. I would like to have you on. If you would like to travel somewhere, I'd love to have you co-host. Yeah, and you can see there, like, the water doesn't really look that dirty from the photos either, right? It's
No. No.
there's no trash floating in it.
Hmm.
I didn't see any that I remember. Yeah, and there again, just
On the
Just-
water at night.
That's nice. I like the reflection of the lamps.
Yeah. on water at night. Yeah, that's it.
I
There
reckon
we
those
go.
were probably electric by that time and not gas. Or,
They in the day they would have been gas though. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, it was Radioactive just greeting everyone. Good to have you here, Radioactive. And yeah, I don't know why. I guess what goes through your head when you're a young man, but you just look straight up and
yeah,
take a photo
no,
straight
love
up.
it. It's great. I like the striped awning.
Oh, you
I mean,
see
you're
that?
lying
don't
back in the gondola. You've got to
I
shoot it
am.
straight up.
you? I am. Yeah. Yeah.
It's very Hitchcockian.
Well, I thought, why did everyone's taking pictures of the same shit? Let's take pictures of the Venetian sky. So there's the Venetian sky, folks.
Hmm.
And you see the awning. Okay, I'm glad you see that. Glad, yeah. Better to do it at night with that many
Are those
pigeons.
actually stars?
That is a star, yeah.
Oh, incredible.
Yep.
That's a dark sky to be able to photograph a star.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, and those are some of my friends in the next gondola because we couldn't all fit on one.
No.
Mhm.
And see how they have little rubber tires on the sides? But they were wooden. They were wooden. I'm going to say handmade, if I had to guess.
The tires are for, I guess, bumpers, kind of, so you don't.
Correct.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Very cool. How big a group were you in when you went?
Ooh, we all, it wasn't a class or anything, but we had all gone to, we were all graduating that year from various high schools around Canada. So there would have been not 20, but more than 15.
Hmm.
A good size. One of these girls in here I ended up dating for 2 years. I'm not going to tell you which one.
Oh,
And
do
it
we
was
get to
because
guess? Show us
it
the
was
photo and we'll guess.
And it was this gondola ride that did it.
I think it's the gal in the black dress and the black backless dress.
Oh, no, that she.
You're not
no,
going
no,
to tell, huh?
no. She that girl only goes out with 6 foot and tall,
out-
6
out-
foot
out of your
tall and
league.
above. No, yeah, I was 5'6". Yeah,
She
no,
was
no.
quite beautifully dressed.
Yeah. So yeah, here's another. Yeah, there's a couple. I managed to catch them kissing on the bridge in Venice.
Oh,
in
that's why they're
above
giving you
Canal.
the stink eye.
That's exactly. You see that, don't you? Yeah, I was being an asshole in that photo. I said, "Hey guys," I might have even said something.
Oh, the flash probably alerted them to your presence.
Another American. What is going on here?
Oh, it's funny you say that because you know damn well whenever I was an asshole traveling abroad, I absolutely identified as an American.
Uh,
So sorry, I'm from New York. Yeah.
Well, we have the reputation of being a-holes around the world, and you Canadians have the reputation of being nice people around the
Yeah.
world. So.
And don't tell me if you need to. You don't claim to be a Canuck if it needs to happen. Especially during the Bush, there was a lot of Americans claiming to be. But anyway, Orphan Zane, I want to say hello and hail to you.
Hey.
I want to say hello and welcome. Yeah, we're
well,
just
that's
looking
the
up.
thing. People, when you're in France, you claim to be a Canadian, but when you're in Italy, I think you claim to be an American because
No problem.
they like Americans in
They
Italy.
do. They do.
Or they remember
Yeah, that's
that,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
we saved their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Orphan Zane. Welcome. We're just taking a look at photos of couples necking on bridges in Venice. And if people are old enough to know what necking is, excuse me. And there's yeah. See, there are other boats. There were other gondolas on the water, but not really. I mean, I don't consider that
And what would
crowded.
they sing? Did they sing anything that you recognized, or was it, you know, Italian folk
It all
songs?
sounded like Italian romance love songs.
Mhm.
I don't want to say stereotypical, but yeah, stereotypical. Yeah,
So
stereotypical.
nobody's saying "Oh Solo Mio."
Yeah,
Yeah,
or Bona Notte.
Yeah.
I was too young to really recognize that if they had it, but and now take a look at the wear and the age on those piers, the wooden piers
Mm.
in the building, because the water doesn't remain the same level, right?
No.
Mm.
And there's a
Yeah.
lot of wear and age showing on those, eh?
They do look petrified.
They do. They really do, yeah. I can't quite make out that sign.
Now, how salty was the water? I mean, it's not obviously this is not fresh water, yeah.
I did
No,
not
it's all
taste
salt.
Yeah,
It's all salt.
that's got to be
It would
brutal on
have
the
to be salt.
architecture. Wow.
it. Yeah.
I mean, and there's fish in the canals, right?
There allegedly was, but I did not see any jumping at the time.
Hmm.
Oh, no, I can see it big and it's in Italian. I can't read it, but I believe it's a music club of some kind. That's what that advertising in the sign is.
Cool.
Oh, somebody join us in the chat. Says that they met you about 2 years ago in a hostel. Spidey.
Ah,
Oh my goodness.
it's Jerry Gibbs.
This, no, you don't understand. This gentleman is a man, a senior by a couple of decades of mine, but he has the energy of someone younger than myself. I know exactly who this man is. And
Wow.
you're damn right. And Jerry Gibbs, it's funny you say that because you remember the two gentlemen that were with us, the gentleman from Montreal, Roberto, and the gentleman from England, Mickey. Well, I've been emailing those two gentlemen yesterday. I'm going back to that hostel in Ziwat now, and I leave on Wednesday. So I don't know if you're there. If you're broadcasting from, or if you're messaging me from that hostel, Playa, the Casa de Playa. If you're at Casa de Playa right now, Jerry, I'll see you Wednesday, buddy.
That would be awesome.
Wow.
Tiger
How
Stripes,
long are you going to be there for?
a few weeks. A few
Wow,
weeks.
brilliant.
Yeah. Well, it's
That's
cold
why you
here.
may come back up through Texas.
I don't know, but I'm going to Mexico.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
might happen. We'll see. I'm not going to say anything on that, but I'm
Sure.
definitely going to Mexico. I might come back to Texas, but we'll see. I don't want to get my hopes up on that part.
Mhm. Yeah, don't jinx it.
But Mexico is $248 one way, back and forth. It's a 5-hour flight. It's easy. But yeah, Jerry, he told me stories of his work. He like I said, he's a couple decades older than me, but he has the energy and mind of someone much younger. And Jerry, you're a legend. And he's backpacking around and just solo backpacking, this guy. And he told me about what he used to do, and one of the most interesting guys. And Jerry, I'm going to make you a wrench. That means your name's going to turn blue. And that's, you have no obligations there. Just means you're a wrench. Anyway, sorry to distract. That's Jerry. Hi, folks. If you see Jerry in the chat anywhere on the internet, he's one of the good guys. He's a real gentleman, absolute gentleman. You'd swear he was almost a southerner, Tiger Stripes.
I need to meet Jerry, I think.
You know what? When I do Mexico one of these days, Jerry might be in the background. We might
Yeah, get a picture of Jerry.
we might get a picture of Jerry.
You be very safe in Mexico, please, okay? Be very safe.
Yeah, it's really good to see. Oh, and Jerry says, well, I'm in Rosarito. Is that how you pronounce that?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Rosarita.
Where is that? Do you know?
Rosarita Beach. It's south of Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah, I meant to say
It's just
Jerry.
kind
Jerry is an
of a
American.
little,
Yeah,
little over the border.
yeah, Jerry's an American. So
I've
there
been
you
to
go.
Rosarita Beach.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So Jerry, I told him that I did this YouTube thing and I had friends on the YouTube and he was because I did live streams on Cardinal Sin's channel while I was at that hostel with Jerry in the background. So he saw me live streaming with Cardinal Sin, and he asked me about it, and so he said he'd drop in one day, and damn it, here that was 2 years ago. Here he is.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. And so what we do every Thursday night, Jerry, is I show pictures that I've taken of places around the world, and we just talk about travel, and we talk about what we see in the photos. So this is Venice, Italy, and I have two very good friends here, West Kegel and Tiger Stripes,
Hello.
and they're talking about Venice. And they're both Americans as well.
Yeah, but don't hold that against us.
Dude, Canada has so many silly. I don't want to insult my fellow Canadians, so I'm not going to say anything derogatory other than silly Canadians right now. I don't know what's going on, but my country is silly.
I have many friends who've just kind of fallen, I don't know, on their head. They're so ultra liberal, and they
It is
just
retarded.
and their hair's on fire right now, and they
Yep.
and they're on Facebook, and they just
Yep.
won't stop.
That's
and
it.
I have to
Yeah.
like snooze them for 30 days at a time, and then the
That's
30
it.
days passes, and they come back, and they're still frothing at the mouth, and I'm like, okay, just hit that snooze button again, because the alternative is just unfriend
That's
them, and
it.
they've been my
Hi,
friends for
Jerry.
years. I can't do that, but
Yep.
so
Yeah.
it's not just Canadians,
Yeah, I'll make
No.
myself.
not just Canadians.
I'll make myself big here. Hi, Jerry. Just wanted to say hi to you. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you. Yeah. Come down to Zihuatanejo. I'll be there for like 3 weeks. Come down next week if you can. There you go. There we go. Sorry. So this photo is not particularly interesting or good. It is dark, but I just thought it's interesting because it maybe the corner of the building is
The
pretty
corner of the building's very
worn
beautiful. It's
and
evocative.
dilapidated, and it
The light
looks
in
like
the back of
yeah.
the canal.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
see the
there
wear.
you go. There you
Ooh,
go.
ah. Oh wow! Look at the bow of that, the prow of that gondola.
Looks
It's
right off
very
of the
fancy.
jar of ragu.
It does.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, there you
Mhm.
go. Ooh, hi, Daniel's Hot Topics.
Daniel.
Hello. Welcome.
Ooh,
Wes, do you mind?
snowstorm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Daniel
you were
says
stuck at home all day.
he says today was a boring day. It was a
Yeah.
snowstorm, and I was stuck at home all day. That'll happen.
Yeah, well, Venice is pretty cool. We're in the canals of Venice right now. Hopefully you enjoy them. And let's see if does that make it better? That makes it a little better.
Now our pictures though are blocking
The
the
dome.
light bouncing off the water, which is
There
very
you go.
beautiful.
There you go. Yeah, you're right. I do like to have. I do like to screw around with it though. Okay, so I did tell you about those boats that take you over to and from the mainland. I'm not taking a photo of the girl's legs. I'm taking a photo of, you can see the inside of the boat because I was taking all the photos of the water. And here's what the boat, so it's not crowded.
So it's
I
a
mean,
ferry.
It's a ferry, basically, yeah. So it's not like a romantic gondola from the mainland, yeah.
Mhm.
Although you can do, if you pay the money, you absolutely could. Yeah, she does have nice legs too. See, you get a tan. It's the middle of summer. It is August. You're correct. Oh, there you go. There's from another bridge, one of the many, many bridges crossing. And those are people's houses. This is a residential area. And look at the water right
Wow.
right there in there. Yeah, and I don't know what kind of vegetation those are, but they seem to be doing pretty well. Thriving, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Although you'd think with the salt water they wouldn't like it, but yeah.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
It almost
It's
it
very
almost looks
beautiful.
as if the street was if it had been like say in any other city in Europe, that the street was flooded.
Mm-hmm.
I like those
Yes.
spiral pillars under the portico down there.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Mm.
Yeah, oh, good eye. And it looks like some erosion there on the left too, eh?
Oh yeah.
Now, yeah, that is pretty cool.
Hey, Sashi's. How's it going, Sashi?
Hi, Sashi. Hi, we're just taking a look at Venice, Italy, and greetings to you.
Hello.
And do you see the arch? There's an actual entrance to someone's. I don't know whether it was a house or a commercial residence, but that was their garage entrance. I guess you'd call it, on the water on the left there.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
I don't see anything like motorboats.
They did it. They were there, but they have strict rules on them for erosion. Really strict. Because the more waves, the more erosion, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there was a strict limit
Well, they
on
also
speed.
leave oil on the water as well,
Well, that
inevitably.
that's why when I had my party barbecue barge on Whistler Lake, on Alta Lake, it was solar powered, electric motor.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we got kudos from residents, not complaints. We were the only solar powered barbecue party barge on the lake.
Nice.
That's
Awful.
impressive.
Wow.
I don't even know how you'd
Yeah.
power a barge with solar power.
You need you need
Electricity, I guess.
Solar panels on the
solar
roof.
power, yeah, and then an
You
inverter,
need
and then
an electric motor.
and a deep sea, a deep cycle, like a marine battery. Yeah, yeah. It was a good boat. I'll do a picture show of it one day because Whistler deserves a show of itself on the lakes.
It's always nice that you can use solar power. Solar power is good. I use a solar powered
Dude,
dryer all the time. It's
we
called a clothesline.
we could have conversations at this volume. And have you ever tried to have a conversation with an outboard motor going?
Yeah, you have to holler.
Yeah.
With an electric motor, it's silent. We could have conversation this long. We could get right up to like ducks, like families of ducks, and get right up to them. They didn't care. We were quiet. That was great.
Cool.
Yeah. Bring along some oars just in case. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ooh. I just found out there are Venice canals in Los Angeles, she
Yes,
says.
in Venice.
Yes, Daniel's
Down south of Santa Monica, there's a neighborhood called Venice that was planned after Venice with canals.
Now,
It used to be quite inexpensive to live there, and then at some point, the rich people moved in and renovated it.
oh, of course.
And now there's movie stars living there.
Of course. There's the Grand Canal again.
Nice.
So there's quite a difference between the Grand Canal
Yeah.
and then the side canals, of course.
That one is really narrow.
Yeah. Now, do you know what famous European city has more canals than Venice? I'm sure there's more than one, but the one that I did a show on not that long ago.
Amsterdam?
Bingo. You got it, Tiger's Terms.
Mm.
At least that's what the
they're
what
halfway
the,
underwater too, so below
that's
sea
what the,
level.
yep, that's what the tour guide said. I believed him. Do you mind reading this, West?
Sure. Sashi says the closest thing we have to something like Venice are our water villages.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's talking about Malaysia, yeah.
I saw those in Thailand. Yes. Yeah, and Vietnam as well, I think. That's
Did they
fantastic.
float?
They did. And
Right
you know where else? There was a floating village in the lake that borders the lake shares. It's on the border of Peru and Colombia. Do you know what that lake is? It's one of my favorite lake names.
Lake
Titicaca?
Yes.
Lake Titicaca. That's it. So, I've seen it with my own eyes. There is a floating reed village there too.
I remember your photos.
Yeah, that's right. Lake Titicaca. I lost a backpack there. I was pissed off.
Well, somebody
Holland
stole it
says
from you. You
garlic
didn't
pepper.
lose it. Somebody stole it from you.
Someone. Well, I was sick at the time. I had
That doesn't make it
altitude
right.
sickness,
It doesn't make it
and I
right.
wasn't on my game. And it was a couple older than my parents, and I didn't suspect them. And I let my guard down, and I just
Oh,
laid my
it's
head down.
now. It's gone.
And I should have
That's over
known
with.
better.
That's over with.
Fortunately, I did know better not to keep very much. I had a pair of glasses, my diary, and like an old shitty
It's
camera.
still hard.
I
Still
know.
hard.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
I
it was
didn't have
smart of you not to keep
anything.
everything in it.
I know better. You keep your passport on you.
Yeah.
Even seasoned travelers can get a bag stolen. I ran around. The town is called Puno on Lake Titicaca, and it's at high altitude. And when I noticed it was gone, I recovered from my things and ran 5 blocks like a madman, and then regretted it that night. But yeah, never found it. Yeah.
Oh.
But the owner of the restaurant comped our meals because she felt bad.
Oh, that was awfully nice.
Yeah. Sorry, this isn't about Lake Titicaca tonight. This is Venice.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. And this is the Grand Canal.
Yes, it is. Ooh, and Jerry Gibbs says, well, I will try to catch up with you on Wednesday or Thursday. Jerry Gibbs, that is, if you're, man, I will see you in Zilateneo if possible. Now, I have to go into the hospital to see if I have a hernia. And if I do, I might not be, I'll have to reschedule my plane ticket. So, yeah, don't make any, I don't like to commit. But I plan on it. If I don't have a hernia, I'm going to be there.
Well, you two need a way to reach each other.
Yeah, we do.
Is he on Twitter?
Good question. I'll have
If
to
he's on
reach out.
Twitter,
You know what?
and he gives you his
Jerry left me
Twitter
his details.
address, then you could DM each other.
Jerry left me his details before we
Okay.
left that hostel.
Cool.
I'm sure I've got them in my diary. I know I do.
To stay in touch then, to let him know.
I try to do that when I travel. I really do. That's important. And Wes, do you mind reading this from Miskatonic?
And Miskatonic Madman says, movie stars and homeless side by side at Venice Beach. A bit surreal. Yeah.
That's true. I heard George Clooney lives in Venice. Oh, yeah. That
Venice,
could be.
Italy? Or Venice,
Yeah.
California?
I don't know. And hello,
The thing-
Parent.
The thing I heard about Clooney, and I might be misremembering, but I think it was Clooney, is that he has a villa on Lake Como in Italy. And at some point, he lent it to Prince. and Prince went, and there's a famous recording studio not far. And of course,
Right.
Prince spent all his time there. And, months later, if not a year later, at some point, Clooney ran into him and said, so how'd you like the lake? And Prince said, what lake? And Clooney was kind of pissed off.
Oh, I cannot imagine. Yeah. What? I can't imagine George Clooney losing his cool, though.
It could have been somebody else.
Spidey,
Yeah.
your buddy put his phone number in the chat. He might not want to do that.
Oh, yeah, no, that's okay, Jerry.
I can't get rid of it because he's.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Yeah.
I put it.
Get that
I
and
copied it
then
and put
delete
it. I put it in the private for you, so it's still there.
I got it. Thanks, Jerry. I got your
very
number,
cool.
buddy. I did that on Jill's stream, too. And it's funny, Jerry. It's funny because I just found your contact details because I got it saved on a file folder on my laptop. But I got you, buddy. And I also found your channel, Jerry. You have 1 subscriber and 1 short. So I can always contact you that way, too, buddy. But anywho, yeah, this is...
That's a white sky.
That is... I thought we'd have more... I thought we'd have more blue sky, but sadly, it was...
It's a little socked in.
It was hazy.
Well, they talk about the quality of the light in Italy.
Yeah. But this is one of my favorite photos, and I don't know why. I just really like it.
Well, it's beautiful. The gondolas and the curve of the Grand Canal.
I think it is the curve of the Grand Canal, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Maybe that's it. Let's see if we can make it bigger. There we go. I'll just get us out for just a second there. But yeah, I like that photo. That's a nice photo. Yeah, yeah.
That
You know
big
what?
oar.
I hope it hasn't changed much. I'm curious, Lemon Pie, if you're still there, and I don't know if you are. I'm wondering if this looks similar to when you were there. This is 27 years ago.
Mm,
Wow.
Time flies.
It
yeah.
do.
Yeah. I wasn't even married back then, man.
Yeah.
It's going way back.
So this is I managed to catch the giant pinecone knob, stone knob of the bridge
Mm-hmm.
in the foreground.
I wonder what that's supposed to represent.
I don't know. It's not a pine cone, but you know what I mean. I don't
No,
know.
but that's what it looks like. I mean, or an artichoke, or
Yeah,
it's. I'm sure it represents something.
yeah,
Mm.
that's right. No, Carla. No, it's not. No, it's no. I just want to go check it out. It's not in pain at all. No, it hasn't poked through. It's. I think you have several layers of muscles in your stomach, and it's only poked through one, so it's not no pain. I just want to. I don't want to travel to Mexico before getting a scan.
Yeah.
That's all. Spidey is talking like Bob Ross. Well, I don't want to be too loud because my housemate is sleeping. Right.
So polite.
The Malaysian water villages are mostly on the coast of Borneo.
Mm.
So the
Dude,
island side of Malaysia, not the mainland side.
man, I want to go to Malaysia badly and go to Borneo. I've wanted to go there for a long time.
Ooh, you have to be very careful on Borneo. People still get eaten now and then.
Mm.
There's not a lot of meat on me, so I think I'm good.
Just don't go alone.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. It's like the
Oh,
video game says, it's dangerous to go alone.
so you can see a couple of bridges in a row here. And I don't know how many bridges in a row you can see here, but we were speaking of Amsterdam earlier, and there's one spot on the canals of Amsterdam where it's called the Seven Bridges Lookout, and you can see seven bridges from one
I've
vantage
heard
point.
of that. That
Yeah,
sounds wonderful.
but here's two,
Mm.
and I'm on one, so that's three. You can technically see part of the third one in the foreground, so there's
Yep.
three. Wildlife or cannibals? It's cannibals, Miskatonic.
Cannibals.
Yeah, yeah. Go with someone slower than you. Exactly. Well, everyone's slower than me, Carla, because I'm fast as fuck. I'm the fastest man in my town right now. Even the young kids, the 20-year-olds, I'm faster than
All
them.
right.
I am. Yeah, and
I'm happy to hear it. That's impressive.
yeah. I mean, I'm only 5'6", but I'm fast as fuck. Yeah, thanks, Carla. Thanks, Tiger Stripes. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. Well, to be fair, the young kids today don't get outside much.
No.
Even in the country, they look at screens. Even in the country. Do you mind reading this, West, please?
Sure. Sashi says, I used to work in a shopping mall built on an old mining lake. It had a canal running through it with boat tours. The mine's shopping mall. Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Sashi, you're always here. Thanks for being here. And there's the first picture. That's it. That was the last picture.
Ah.
Nice.
There's the first. We're back to the start.
Yeah.
There we go. 1 hour and 28 minutes. Perfect. I try to keep it about an hour and a half.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no, this was a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. And it wouldn't be the same without your input from either one of you. So
Oh, we have a Jimmy Buffett fan here in the chat.
happy little trees. So, yeah. What's now, Tiger Stripes, after seeing the photos, what's your impression of Venice, and what's your takeaway from some of these?
Oh, it's glorious. Medieval, Roman influence. Look at that. That's got to be Titian. Those angels fighting.
Is that how you pronounce that, Titian? Yeah, yeah,
That's my gut.
yeah, yeah.
It's just a particular way of looking at the human form. I think that could be wrong. It could be
No, I believe
Tintorello.
you're right.
No, just there's it's funny because there's all the water and the light, and there's still this sort of a weight that I feel in the photos, and I think that's the history. There's just
Yeah.
this.
It hits you like a. Have you been to Europe? Not to pry,
I
Tiger
have
Stress.
not. No, I've been to Russia, which I
Oh,
guess was
okay.
that
It hit.
once considered Europe? Is Russia ever been
Yes.
considered Europe? It's like
The
you're
Yeah,
history
Russia.
there.
It's right on
all,
the border.
yeah, all the stuff west of the Urals is
The history
Europe.
hits you like a
Yeah.
force,
But
like a
I've always wanted to go to Europe, and one of these days I'm just going to have to, sign up for a tour and get on a bus and do the whole, touristy thing. I really
Well,
have to.
it hits you like a when you go to a place that old, it hits you like a tangible
I, I
force.
I've been to um, a few places on the east part of the United States where there's much more history. I went to Salem, not Salem.
Ooh,
I went to Sleepy Hollow, and
ooh.
there was a
There's a real
feeling
Sleepy
there
Hollow.
that wasn't. Yeah, I went to Sleepy Hollow, and there wasn't
Cool.
anything. There's no feeling here there's no feeling in California like that. There's no feeling even in
Mm.
Texas like that.
Do you have
There's like an
photos? Let's do a
extra hundred.
show.
There's an extra 100 years there,
Do you
and
want to
so
do
when
a
you go
Halloween?
somewhere like this, where there's an extra 1,000 years,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
can't even imagine what this feels
it's
like.
yeah,
it's a tangible, it's a
Yeah,
tangible
it's
force.
in the air.
absolutely.
Just standing in St. Mark's Square. Now, West Kegel. I don't know how. Like, do you know some of the history that has taken place in St. Mark's Square? Not in the basilica there, but just around the square that we're looking at with the bell tower and that bell tower. It's got a name. It's not. It starts with a G, doesn't it?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't. That's another place. No, that's Florence. This is St. Mark's Bell Tower. Yeah, the St. Mark's Bell Tower. But the history, the events, the historical events that have taken place right in the square that we're looking at, quite amazing. Yeah, and this guy's probably seen. I mean, I don't. He's lived there for decades. I'd love to have a beer with that guy if he's still alive.
Yeah.
You know.
So the bell tower in St. Mark's Cathedral Square
There it is.
is that it's called that's the name. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I'm bad at pronouncing things. Put it in the chat. So
There it is. St. Mark's Campani. Campine.
Campanile.
Campine. There you go.
Hmm.
There you go. That's the bell tower right there. And
That's the brick one, the square one.
the brick one.
yeah, the red,
I
red and white.
recognized that when it went by the first time. I was going to ask about it because I'm like, that is a very recognizable
Yep,
building
that's the
because
one.
of the red brick and
Yep,
the fact that it's square.
exactly. Yeah. And right beside the Doge's Palace there. And the bell tower, it did function. We did hear it go off when we were there. So at the time in '98, it did function. So there you go.
Lovely. Was it real bells or do you think they were
Real
recorded?
bells. No.
Oh,
It
wonderful.
was at the time in '98. It was a real
Did
bells.
they mark the hours and the quarters and? Okay, let's figure out which one of these gals you took up with. Is she in the photo?
She-
He's not saying.
She's in the front row with me. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the one in white on the right.
I don't remember. It might be.
Oh, you remember. Don't say you don't remember. Better
I
to
don't
just say
remember.
you're not going to say than you don't remember.
No, I don't. No, I don't remember the photo. I don't.
No, I was just
sped by
trying
it
to
too
show
quickly.
the picture that came when I looked up the name.
Oh, see, that's way better. I didn't take a photo of the top.
Ooh, I don't
Yeah.
remember this one. Oh, that's something that you're
Yeah,
you're
when I looked
sharing.
up the name of the
this
when I
is
looked up
not
the name
my
of the
photo.
tower, that's what the photo
That
came
is
up with.
not my photo. This is St.
Fantastic.
Mark's Campanile. Yeah,
Mm.
definitely not my photo. But this one is. Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, yeah, you can see it.
Mm,
No, that's a different bell tower.
different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
Oh,
all kinds of those damn things. That one. Yeah, I managed to get. No, I did. Yeah, you can see sort of the top. But not really on the right hand side there. No, I cut off the top every time. I got more of the water. I felt the water was more important in that shot.
Well, I think you were taking shots
boat.
of the columns there
Ah, so
specifically.
that's
that's
you
the
missed
column
the
shot.
hat on top
And-
of the tower.
And the boat was rolling The boat was rolling. So
That's cool.
I mean, it's wavy. Look at the waves.
Yeah.
Actually, I think in 1998 in August, you can Google this, West. Was there a storm, a tropical storm? I remember us getting delayed here in Venice. With this, it was very stormy. We had trouble crossing. There might have been a storm in 1998 in August in Venice. No, I was just kidding. I don't expect you to look that up, buddy.
They made it. You know, you never know what you can find.
But it was wavy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I had nothing to do with it. It wasn't even there, man. And I was, though, because there's photos of me there. I was there. Oh, shit. I was there. I did it. Yeah, just gorgeous. Well, thanks for being here, folks. We've been, 1 hour and 35 minutes. That is just, that's all the photos I got. If I would have had bigger film rolls, see, this is not digital, so everything was taken by film. That's $200 worth of developing photos back then.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
And some of my photos I did decide to get black and white tiger stripes, so we'll do a show with those someday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love a black and white photo. They're wonderful.
It's incredible. Some of them are really good.
There's black and white. There's a quality there.
That's it, Sashi. That's it. Yeah, it was the girl in white tiger stripes. You nailed it.
Ah.
How did you know?
Oh, I had to pick one or the other. You had one girl on each side. It was 50-50 shot.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, shout out to Sarah. There you go. So that's that same bell tower.
But was she lying in the gondola with you when you took that shot straight up?
I would have to make up an answer. It's been, I couldn't remember. I don't think so, but it's hard to say. It was so long ago. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, folks, there is Venice. Really enjoyed Venice.
Doge's Palace. And now we have a new Doge. Meet the new Doge, same as the old Doge.
Same as the old Doge. That's right. That's it. That's exactly. I don't know why. Tiger Stripes, this is one of the buildings that really stands out in my memory from my travels. This, and it's up there with, as far as buildings go, Notre Dame, in Paris. It's the Alhambra in Spain.
What city is
gorgeous.
the Alhambra in?
You had to call. I didn't say it on purpose because I couldn't remember it. I think it's Valencia. I want to say Valencia.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, on the
it's right on the coast.
Yeah,
it's right on the coast. Yeah, Alhambra is one of the most impressive buildings I've seen. Because I've mentioned the most impressive archaeological sites, but as far as buildings go, this is up in the top 5. Yeah.
God, as far as cathedrals and buildings and palace, that one in Cologne is just the one you shown on your is amazing.
Oh, the Cologne Cathedral, and you know what?
Who are the figures
Gaud.
up there in the little circle? Do you know? One assumes that they're religious.
In
the center. In the center, you mean?
Yeah.
I wish I knew. Yeah, I wish I knew. And the Basilica, the one Gaudi's church in Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. That is an incredible building.
Oh, yeah.
But
there are some ornate religious buildings. The one in Barcelona, the St. Basil Cathedral in Moscow. There are some beautiful churches in Europe.
No other building really looks like this, though. The Doge's Palace is with the pink tile. It looks orange in this photo, but it's not, folks. It's pink. Does that look orange to you, Tiger Stripes?
It looks beige.
The arches look pink, but the tile is reflecting orange, which probably has something to do with the light bouncing.
You can Google this, but my memory, you're going back, what is it, 27 years, but I swear that building is pink. It's more pink than orange. You can Google it and get an accurate photo. But This photo is making it look a little orange. I think it's pinker than that, if my memory is correct.
Those little things jutting out on the left and the right of the center
Yeah,
prominence.
those are rain
Is that
spouts.
for water spouts?
Yeah,
Rain
from the
spouts,
roof.
right?
Yeah. Yep, to control the water. Yeah, I swear that building is more pink than orange in real life, though. Wildlife are cannibals. Oh yeah, we read that already. Yep, and sorry, there was. Ooh, yes, I bought a negative scanner this week, says Carla Burton. I'm so glad you did, Carla Burton, because if I hadn't have bought a negative scanner, we wouldn't be looking at this photo right now.
Mm.
Wow.
Tiger Stripe, did I tell you that there was a tragic, well, there was no one died, but unfortunately we lost two homes here in my little community, and some older people, and they had a lot of things in there that they lost in the fire, and
Oh.
it got me thinking. I have photos and albums and negatives that only exist behind me,
Mhm.
and so I bought a negative scanner, and now they're online, and
Oh,
so
that's good.
now they're on storage.
That's
And
very
I
clever of you.
recommended it to Carla, and it looks
Mm.
like she took me up on it.
Nice.
Mm.
And we're of the similar age, all three of us ish. That I'm sure all three of us have negatives and photos that we might not have digital copies of. So I recommend a
I'll keep
scanner.
that in mind.
I mean, how else are you? How can you replace those things?
You can't.
No.
You can't. And I have a cousin who lost all of her photos to flood.
Mhm. Yeah.
So whether you lose them one way or the other, they're still gone.
Now,
They are.
these negatives I scanned in last week, these are the original negatives from 1998, and they're obviously still in good condition.
Hmm.
So negatives last. I mean, here's proof is in the pudding.
Well, they've been
Negatives,
kept out of the light too. They always put your negatives in a little sleeve, and
that's
then
what
you
they're
keep
in.
that in a little folder. And
That's it.
How do you? I don't. I have photo albums that were handed down, and some of them go back to 1900, and I don't have negatives for those. I don't. Is there a way I can preserve the photos digitally?
Yes,
sure, you can scan
Yeah,
them.
there's another scanner you can buy. This one is dedicated just for slides
I
and
have
negatives.
I have a regular scanner. I just thought maybe there
Yeah.
might be something that was
Well, they
more.
make
Yeah.
everybody has a scanner really on their printer, but
Mhm.
then they make hand scanners, which are like
Yeah.
a bar that you can kind of roll over the image so you don't have to remove it from a book that it's in.
That's it.
Cool.
Now, now, do you know what I found? I managed to find. I'm gonna stop this. Now, the souvenir that I didn't want to show on camera, I found pretty much the exact thing. It is the exact thing, and I'm gonna show it, and we're gonna talk about it. But it's a photo of it, so I won't get in trouble.
You hope you won't get in trouble.
Well, you know what, YouTube, have one of those. That's for you, YouTube. I'm going to show this West Cagle and Tiger Stripes, and can you see what I'm showing there? Yes. Okay,
Yes.
there we go.
Oh, what a beauty.
Isn't that nice?
It's got a
That is
pistol
awesome.
grip.
Yeah.
It does. Same as mine. So this is identical. This is identical to the one that I bought in Venice as a replica. The thing now, do you see the metal sight that's vertical and it's right ahead of the string?
Mhm.
That rotates, that folds to go to different angles.
That's nice. Have you ever shot it?
I have shot it. Because it comes with a dart with a metal tip, and I embedded it into the side of my parents' house downstairs in the finished basement, a good half
gosh.
inch.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And do you see?
Did you hang a
and
picture over that hole to hide it?
I,
put a poster up?
Did I tell that story?
No,
That
I don't remember you ever telling. I don't remember. I didn't know you had a crossbow.
No, I did, because there is a story where my buddy put me through the wall. We were play fighting, and we hit it for 3 years with a poster, but it was at such low angle on the wall that it
My
was a
God.
retarded place to put a poster, but it survived 3 years. So I thought maybe I'd told that story. Oh, good. Anywho,
Because not
but
that
I'm
many
gonna-
people finish their basements. Finished
So-
basement's pretty nice.
so I made this as big as possible. Can you see? It's called the latch.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
do you see the latch? What's called right in the middle, and it's the triggering mechanism on top of the piece, right
Mhm.
above the trigger.
Sure, that's what holds the string.
Vault. Oh,
Yes,
yes, string.
that's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. And this one is made the same as mine. You can tell in the photo if you look at it big. It's made from brass and it's quite heavy. And what it does is it's notched and it spins around in that little slot and it never comes out. And it's notched so that it holds the string on one side. And when you release the trigger, that brass round disc, heavy disc, just rotates, and so it releases the string. And and if you turn the thing upside down, it falls out, and if you lose it, it doesn't work. So it's bad.
And you don't have a groove in the plate to hold the bolt.
No, there's not. No,
So
there's
that's
none.
got to make the accuracy a little more wobbly, I would imagine.
It was very dangerous to fire, and I loved it. It was awesome.
Crazy
Oh.
kid.
And Carla Burton spent extra and got the one that does photos too. Some of them do that,
Cool.
like the City Watch in
Awesome.
Pratchett's series.
They all had wobbly crossbows.
I don't know, but anyway, yeah, that's what I got in Venice.
Oh,
Part
beauty.
of medieval history there. Yeah. So and I didn't buy any clothing in Italy, but this is from Cobra Kai, and which the Karate Kid Danny LaRusso. Danny LaRusso is Italian, so there's the connection. folks.
Yeah, I had a great boss who told me once that if you travel to Europe, but particularly to Italy, do not take any jewelry with you. So you buy your jewelry there and then you
Yes.
wear it back through customs as if you had it all along.
That's bingo.
So you don't have to declare it.
That's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Because she said the quality of the jewelry there is really remarkable.
Well, in Venice, every city in Europe is famous for something, and in Venice, their artwork, their artistry, craftsmanship was legendary, and they're famous for glass and leather work.
I don't know what city makes it, but I know that I am often interested in sterling silver, particularly in necklaces and
Ooh.
chains, and they often are marked Italy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Silver, did you say?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's
And the quality is always
didn't
really
wanna say
gorgeous,
silver,
and they're
but
so
that was the-
reasonably priced that I
that
feel
was the
guilty
third thing
sometimes
that I was-
buying them. I don't
Yeah.
know who's making them, but the quality of the workmanship is just gorgeous.
And Venetian Murano glass, wasn't it you, Tiger Stripes, that was telling me, because we were looking at the place in Vegas that had the ceiling,
Right.
the
Yes.
Bellagio, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Somebody
Bellagio.
in the chat and I were quarreling, and
That's right.
that person probably actually did name the maker, because I
Right.
certainly didn't recognize the name of the maker, but I was aware that ceiling's famously Murano glass.
Okay, and see, and I didn't see. You go there and you see it, but unless you hire a tour guide, you don't really know.
I think there was like a sign. There was something there identifying it. But I think I might have recognized it. There's a quality to Murano glass. It's got a iridescence
Oh,
that's
yeah,
just sort of
Yep.
notable.
yeah. It was, yeah. I guess that's a good way to describe it. Yeah, it was. It was an incredible ceiling. I can't imagine how expensive.
Oh yeah,
it would have been.
the construction of it and just keeping it all together.
It
Fastening
was
it
incredible.
together and then, yeah.
And to see it at Christmas was unbelievable. So there's some Venetian glass goblets that I just managed
And
to
they
find.
look like they're hand painted as well.
Yeah.
The level of artistry and craftsmanship in Venice, again going back 27 years ago, was incredible. Yeah. And Daniel's Hot Topics. I have not seen the whole series. I haven't seen. I'm on season 3. I'm working on it.
Well, they just finished it, and I saw something just like literally yesterday or today, but this person's opinion was that they stuck the landing, which is so rare in a
That's
series.
awesome.
So it looks like you have something to look forward to.
And Sashi, I think you're right. West, do you want to read that?
Yeah, oh yeah. Sashi says, I'm guessing if you miss a shot, talking about the crossbow, that you would then proceed to use it as a club.
Correct. Yes, that's right. And before we wrap up, I got these last 2 tiger stripes. Do you mind reading that, please?
Sure. Miskatonic Madman says, so coming back through customs with chains rivaling Mr. T won't raise any suspicions? Good to know. Well, if you don't have any other jewelry on you and it's just what you're wearing, I think it's possible you might get away with that. You might just say, no, I had this when I came.
That's right.
I take my chains everywhere I go.
And Sashi says Malaysia does pewter sculptures. Quite popular with tourists. Oh, that is cool. Yeah. Well, that's a wrap, folks. That's all the. Like I said, we didn't have the wonders of the unlimited digital photo capacity. Those were all done with film, and I carried those in a lead bag. Do you know why? Do you know why I mentioned a lead bag, Tiger Stripes?
Sure, because if you go through the airports and they X-ray your film, they're going to expose it and ruin all your pictures.
And so what did they allow you to do? They didn't look inside the lead bag often. They would just go through. They just assumed it was film.
Yeah.
I could have put anything in there.
Oh, wow.
Well, those were the days.
It was
a different world.
2011. Yeah, or 2001. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 1998, and on that trip, I had a lead bag, and now that film went in a lead bag all the way. And you had to put space. It was space in your backpack. It was, it was sizable.
Yeah. Now I can't even go through with my shoes on.
Well, you do hear about Italian customs, so you were pretty fortunate there.
Yeah. Oh, coming up when we do Rome, I've got a photo of just a guy on the streets of Rome, just a standard cop, and he's there with a submachine gun and a beret and just a look of like seriousness. Yeah, that's a pretty cool. He's a pretty cool dude. But yeah, sorry, West Kegel, I did not ask you. What's your impressions after seeing the photos of Venice? Is it what you thought it was?
Yeah, it was. It was impressive. I mean, the fact that there's, the canals are virtually the streets of the city is amazing. I mean, and the fact that everything after all these years, I mean, centuries, are still standing. I mean, it's impressive that the work that must have to be done to maintain, this city is impressive.
The teams of engineers,
yeah,
that are employed, by Venice is just and they've got a daunting job, and the thing is, if they fail, like, you can't just redo 1,000 years of history. Like,
nope.
If they fail, it's
lost. Yeah, you can replace, but it's not what was there before.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Tiger Stripes, have you heard anything about their efforts to save the city of Venice, or?
Well, no, but it looks like they do. I mean, just from what you show me, it doesn't look like they knock everything down every 10 years and build something else the way they do in Los Angeles, say, and here in Austin, Texas now, where they're just taking apart the entire city and putting up new rubbish, really ugly rubbish too.
Yes.
I know it's but anyway, I don't want to go on about it.
No.
Too depressing. But in LA, that's really the MO.
Yep, exactly.
The city councils and the governments in the pockets of the contractors and vice versa. And so, but then you see a city like this with the historicity, and they clearly don't just knock everything down and then rebuild it. They are going to the trouble to preserve it.
I think they really do take history into account, and
Mhm.
and they also, I think they try and pay respects to what the people want too. And I think if they started, knocking around historical
And right now it's
areas
Carnival in Venice. Everybody's running around in costumes and masks.
with the see again with the masks, right?
Carnival season.
Yep.
I don't know, is Carnival before Lent or after Lent, or I think it's probably before Lent.
Oh yeah,
Come
yeah.
to think of it. Once Lent kicks in, I
That's
think Carnival might be over. I'm not
yeah.
certain of that.
I don't know. I guess so. Carnival. Yeah, I was in Panama. I didn't know they celebrated it in Panama, but let me tell you, holy shit! Do they? I did a travel stream on it. Yeah, yeah. That's where me and the Japanese girlfriend got pepper sprayed.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
good times.
Ugh.
We were not breaking any laws. We were in a crowd that was acting retarded, and we got all pepper
And the
sprayed.
cops just sprayed everybody.
There was one cop, and he was a young kid, and he got scared, and the pepper. Now, fortunately, he sprayed it low, and I was above most of it.
And
Yeah.
how did the crowd react to that?
I calmed them down. It worked, I guess.
Oh, okay.
It could have gone.
I
very
know. My
badly.
guess would be that they all just jumped him and beat the living Jesus out of him.
It,
But
it could have gone. And see, they had all the crowd control in the world. They had all the of the downtown riverfront fenced in, and there was cops in there all over the place. On the lineup to get in, there was one cop and no control. It was just a free for all until you got in there.
that's not good.
In there was very controlled, but yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, I'm sure
Yeah,
it was interesting.
it sounds exciting.
It was, yeah. But now the girl I was with got it pretty bad, but fortunately,
Oh,
I like I said, I was tall enough because Panama people are shorter than me, and so I got out of it pretty well because I was in the women's line because I didn't want to be separated from her.
sure.
Because they separate the men going this way, the women going this way. And I'm saying,
no.
She
You
doesn't
gotta
speak
stay
Spanish.
together.
I'm not leaving her,
That's
and
good.
I'm not
Yeah.
going. She's not going in the men's line. So I went
Yeah.
in with, and there was another American dude, same thing. And so everyone was Panamanian women, and they were all very short. So my head was above the pepper spray. So the only time I was tall for anything. I know West is laughing. Yeah.
Oh, I know it. I'm only 5'7", so I'm short too.
Yeah, it was taller. It was just tall enough for that occasion in Panama Mardi Gras. That was an adventure. It was a fun night, though. Sorry, that was a tangent. Tiger.
Well, it's the season.
It is. We're gonna wrap up. I'm gonna play an outro video. And, do you mind reading this from our friends?
Sure. Miskatonic Madman says, back in the 90s, my buddy brought back all manner of airsoft guns on a plane. I still have my Robocop gun from Japan.
Nice.
Them were the days.
Awesome. And pepper spray. Most Asian countries use water cannons for crowd.
Yikes.
Exactly.
Well, in the islands, you've got plenty of water on hand.
See, if you did that here in BC, you'd just have a whole bunch of homeless people coming for free showers.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a joke.
It's really not? Oh, you are joking.
There are that many homeless people. Yeah, sadly.
No, I'm just saying most homeless people don't want to shower in my experience.
Oh, no, no, they most of them try and, well, yeah, maybe I'm being,
It depends on the homeless person.
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It depends on if they're homeless because of addiction or if they're homeless because of financials.
In my experience, most people who are hardcore homeless are nuts. They have mental issues. They're mentally impaired.
That is true, or they just really like the drugs too, and they just can't
Well, but the drugs lead to the mental illness or vice versa.
Yeah,
Either
that's
way,
true.
there.
Yep, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, and the cops
That's.
just don't have the ability to deal with it.
I mean, I've seen all sorts. And the first people I ever encountered were in Santa Monica, the home of the homeless.
Oh
And
dear.
yes, that's what Harry Shearer used to call them on his radio show. He'd say, "Yes, broadcast to you from Santa Monica College, Santa Monica, the home of the homeless." And I worked at Santa Monica City Library, and you know how libraries are. The homeless people do come into the libraries, and so I kind of see them
Oh, they
firsthand.
do.
That was
Of
quite a long
course.
time ago, but they were a different ilk than they are now. There were fewer of them, and they were much more hardcore. So beautiful. Look at that.
So that's where we're going next
Is
week.
it
Yeah,
Switzerland?
Did
that
the
looks
flag
like.
in the background give it away?
The
Yeah.
flag?
It is Switzerland. Yeah, there's a little tiny red flag back there with a white
Yeah.
cross. Yeah,
Can't believe
that's
I know
Switzerland.
that. How do I know that?
Yeah. Well, this bridge is a famous bridge.
Ah,
Um,
it looks
now,
famous.
the bridge that is there, there's a story behind this bridge. West Kegel, do you know what it is?
I do not.
If you go and see that bridge right now, this bridge that we're looking at no longer exists. It burned down
Oh,
20 years ago. They've rebuilt it. This is a 600 or 800-year-old bridge, medieval bridge.
Oh.
When we were on it, and we're going to go explore it in the photos, we're going to see the
Mm.
artwork up in the eaves or the rafters. What do they call that?
Oh.
The artwork was incredible,
Carved beams.
and paintings. And
Oh
I've
my
got photos,
gosh.
and I've got photos of it.
Oh, how heartbreaking that it burnt.
Well, at least we have photos.
Yes, that's better than
I have
nothing to
photos.
commemorate.
And so it's rebuilt.
But it can't be
It's
anything
not.
like it was.
It's not the original building, but
No,
I've
you
got
can't
photos, and we're going to
possibly.
explore.
It's,
We're going to
yeah.
explore something that you cannot see today. We're going to go back in time and explore this bridge when it was the original. And I'm going to say hello to fellow content creator Rusty Rivers. Hi, Rusty. Good to see you. We just finished looking at Venice, Italy, and I'm just sort of promoting next week's stream. This is Switzerland. So we're going to do a couple of little towns. I forget what town this bridge is in. Is it? I forget what town this is in Switzerland. I've only been to a few. I want to say Lucerne. This might be Lucerne.
Hmm.
Whatever city this bridge is in, that's what we're going to do next week, folks. I think it's Lucerne, Switzerland. Lucerne.
well, what's the name of the bridge? Is it called the Chapel Bridge?
You tell me. Dude, I can't remember. That's so long ago. This is
Well, West has been spot on with his research all night long.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
1998.
This is what that picture comes up. Comes up with this name here. I'm not sure if that's the name of the town or if that's the name of the bridge. Let me try to see
You
if I
want
can figure that
to Tiger
out.
Stripes? You want to see a preview of the paintings?
Sure.
Got them.
Is it all one word, West? Like Chapel Bridge?
I put the name.
That
I believe
Wow.
was lost.
from
Incredible.
Yeah, it looks like it's Chapel Bridge in.
Is he handing him the bill of sale?
Oh shit! That's not. That's Sorry. That's the Versailles Palace.
Hmm.
That's the Versailles Palace. Or is that the Sistine Chapel? Damn, that might be the Sistine Chapel. No, that's Versailles. Sorry, wrong photo. Yeah, that's the bridge. Where are those other? Is it the Chapel Bridge? West.
It's just the only thing that comes up, and that name there. Let me see. Why
I
is
did not sort them. That's totally.
that's the. Oh yes, that's the name. It's that name there. Capi. I can't pronounce, but the name with the umlaut that I put in the chat there.
Oh yeah.
It translates to Chapel Bridge,
Okay, there you go.
and it spans the river Reuss, Reuss. This the city of
There you go.
Lucerne.
Lucerne.
Lucerne, yes, that's it.
Holy shit! I pulled that out of my memory
Good for
from that long
you.
ago.
Yeah.
Couple bouquet.
There you go. What did you say?
Bouquet.
Yep.
Forget how to say my umlauts.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that was that was a long time ago. I knew, but I didn't
Good
know.
on you.
I thought it was Lucerne, but I couldn't remember the name. The Chapel Bridge. Okay. Well, thanks, Wes Cagle. Yeah,
No
there's
problem.
switch. Okay, do you see the camera that I'm using at the time? Do you see the reflection of the camera?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know those old bulletproof, indestructible, yellow, bomb-proof? Yeah, that's the camera. Yeah,
It's cool.
it took these photos. So this is Switzerland. So we're gonna do-
Pentax. Pentax Macbeth?
yes, might have been.
How do I know that?
Yeah. So we're gonna do
I
Switzerland
never had anything so fancy.
next week, folks. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh no, my computer's glitching here because I went too fast. Oh well, that's all right. We'll do that next week. Yeah. Well, thanks for being here, Wes Cagle.
Thanks for asking.
And
Yeah,
we're gonna.
a lot of fun as always.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna research that bridge so that I know what I'm talking about because we weren't in Switzerland very long. We just did. We were only there for an afternoon. Venice, we were there for quite a while, but my memory of
How long were you in Venice? 2 weeks?
No, God, no, 2 days. No, I wish it was 2 weeks. No, 2 days.
Ah.
But this.
Were you touring all of Europe? You know, did you go somewhere else after Venice?
No, it was. I think we went over there for 3 weeks, and we hit. We landed in London, and then we hit Paris, and then up to Amsterdam, Belgium, Switzerland, Italy.
Love it. That's just what I want to do. So was it a bus tour, or were you flying in
It
between your
was.
destinations?
No,
Bus
it was a
tour?
bus tour. Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
for the
that.
most
I want
part.
that so much. So it was a real. If it's Tuesday, this must be Belgium tour.
That's exactly it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Oh, here we go.
Have you ever
No,
seen that film? It's pretty
I
hilarious.
haven't.
It's very charming.
Have
It's
you?
very
Have,
60s.
have you seen the movie In Bruges?
I'm dying to. It's a real. I
It's
have
a
to.
good
I have to
movie.
see it. Yeah.
West Cagle, have you seen it?
I have not. No,
It's-
I have not. I have not gone to see a film since I think War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
Well, this in Bruges would have been right around that time, about 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well,
It's,
War of the Worlds was '98, so I think.
yeah.
Was it
Well,
really
no,
98? Get
this is-
out.
This has got War of the Worlds.
No, War of the Worlds had to be like 2008. Can't be 98.
Yeah, In Bruges had Robbie Coltrane in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hagrid. And
Oh.
who's the lead in Bruges? I mean, there's many leads in Bruges. He's got a fabulous cast. And the director was really good, too. It's that Brit that married Madonna, right?
Guy
Oh,
Ritchie. Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie is the director of
okay.
In Bruges.
But so I've also on these slides with that and I haven't downloaded or I haven't scanned the negatives yet, but I found my trip to Bruges, which is in Belgium, the country of Belgium. So yeah, so we'll go through a trip through Bruges, and one of these
Yeah,
one of these
you guys were closer than me. War of the Worlds is 2005.
Okay.
Okay. Yay me.
Oh, Snail Messiah is
Rodents
here.
of unusual size. The ROUS.
Hi, Snail Messiah. Hello, welcome to you. Yes, we were just looking at Switzerland. There was a typical Swiss house. I don't know if you saw it with all the wood stacked.
Yeah.
At Lucerne. There you go. Thanks. Yeah, I want to say hello to everyone here. And Colin Farrell was in Bruges.
Yes.
I
So
really
a lot of
enjoyed
people,
Bruges.
but yeah, I was trying to think of him. One of the Collins.
It's where the first place that I discovered mayonnaise for the old French fries.
I like cream gravy and French fries personally.
Oh,
I don't go out of my way to do it, but I used to go to the occasional restaurant, like a coffee shop where the kids were like, "Oh no, we're ordering cream gravy, and you're going to dip your French fries, and you're going to love it." And I did, and I did.
oh wow. Okay, cream gravy.
Cream gravy,
Like made with cream.
white gravy. You don't have white gravy
Oh
in
yes,
Canada,
okay, no, I know white gravy. I didn't know it was made with cream. That's all.
or
Kind of like a
also
tarragon
commonly
sauce.
known as biscuit gravy.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
no,
Yeah.
it's not common, but I know what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a
yeah.
southern thing, it
'Cause
sounds like.
It
Well,
is a
I've gone
southern
through.
thing.
Yeah.
I have driven
It's
through
great.
Georgia. I have driven through Georgia once, once upon a time, a long time ago.
You got out alive?
It was 2019.
Oh no, you can get out of alive out of Georgia. Georgia's fine. No, it's like Mississippi. You've got to be frightened of.
Oh, no, I wouldn't want to go through Atlanta, that's for sure.
I could barely see the road to get out. It was raining so hard. So there's that same bridge west.
Ah, nice. There you go.
Mm,
Cool.
There's that same bridge,
mm.
and there's the view from it. So we're gonna do Switzerland.
Lucerne. They're famous for cheese, right? Lucerne.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's just a gorgeous little town and gorgeous bridge, and yeah, had a good time. Oh, there's Paris. There we go.
Ah, Paris.
Yeah, there you go.
Paris.
Paris. There's gay
I had a
Paris.
French teacher once who, in college, who told a story about going to Paris for the first time. He was not from France. He was a Russian. And he was telling the story in French because it was immersive. And so, he only spoke in French in class. And so I can't remember how to say it in French. I wish I could. But he said, so I was walking down by the lake, and it was, I was walking down by the river, and it was so beautiful, students. And then I saw a cat, and I thought, oh, how lovely, a cat. But no, it was not a cat. It was c'était un rat, the size of a cat.
Giant rat, yes.
A rat the size of a cat.
Oh,
I never forget that story. That's what I think of when I think of Paris. Rats the size of cats. Oh my God.
well, when we will do a photo tour of Paris and Tiger Stripes. If you're available, I'll invite you back from
mais
Paris.
C'est bon.
But
Carla Burton says, I have to read this. I bought Chick-fil-A sauce at Walmart and brought 3 bottles home. When you find the sauce that you love, yes, you buy 3 bottles and you bring it home.
that's it.
And I don't know how you get that on an airplane these days. You have to put it in your luggage, I imagine, and hope it doesn't explode.
Yes. That's right. I see. I'll be so happy when America and Canada become much more closely related.
Yes, then we won't need passports.
We can have Chick-fil-A sauce, and I won't need passports. That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
Before you agree to come explore Paris, Tiger Stripes, you should know that I did a tour of the sewers of Paris, and
Incredible.
We will be going through the sewers.
How spectacular. Did you do the tombs and the catacombs?
Of course, yeah.
That I would love to see.
Well,
Although
we
it's
will.
always disturbing watching any culture that stacks human bones is always disturbing. But
Yeah.
at least they're sort of being laid to rest there, I think, in the catacombs. It's not like they're being piled up as a trophy or anything.
No, exactly.
That's right. The rest is for you, Carla.
Listen, I could stay here all night talking,
Yes,
but
I know.
eventually my roommate is going to come out here with a knife.
No, we can't have that. Although
Uh,
get your crossbow ready.
I said roommate. I want to be very clear. He's a housemate.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Thanks
Je
so much.
comprends.
Thanks so
All
much.
right. Thank you for having. Nice to see you, West.
Yes, I see you too. It was a lot of fun. Always is.
And
Yeah. Goodbye,
good luck
chat.
in the chat. And have a great night, chat.
Yes. Good night.
I rock like this.